Welcome back to lesson number 6. In this lesson, we're now going to look at what we call confidence selling. And if you look at it, if you take a salesperson, if he's insecure, little bit low self-respect or self-esteem, or he doesn't fully believe in himself, of course, what we call active selling is, of course, much, much more difficult. Because if the salesperson has low self-confidence, of course, then the client starts to take control of the conversation. And of course, it's very hard to sell to somebody who's controlling the meeting. Just like if you go to the doctor, who's controlling the meeting, the conversation? It is the doctor. And ideally, the salesperson, he takes the role of a consultant. And he, as a consultant, are now advising the client what is the best to do. But to do that, we cannot be insecure. Instead of, we need to have what we call a confident salesperson. It's a true professional. It's somebody who has the 3 key characteristics of a true professional. He's friendly, he's competent, and has high level of results. So if you are a really confident, true professional, of course, you will be able to get much better result. Now, but this is, of course, not just in sales. It is every area of life. How are you doing as a human being? How are you in the family, in your social activities? Are you confident? Are you competent? Do you know what you're doing? And of course, this goes back to our 2 key factors. Do you have the right mindset? And if we say confident or self-confidence, self-respect, self-esteem, etc., that has to do with our mindset. And we could say a low confidence level, of course, our mindset is now weaker. At the same time, we also need to have certain skills. So as a salesperson, to be a true professional, you want to be confident, you have high level of skills or competence, and you have a high level of result. Now, how do we build up this level of self-confidence? There are, of course, many activities that is confidence boosters. Now, if you, for example, are doing sport, fitness, it can really boost your confidence. Maybe you do yoga or you are doing any other type of religion, etc., that really makes you feel more confident. You can do public speaking, you can be an actor, you can become an artist or musician. All of these activities can help to boost your confidence in yourself. Of course, at the end of the day, confidence has to be based on result. So the more result we have, the more confident we become. We have put together here a very interesting technique, how to boost our confidence level. If you look at this boy, he's looking in the mirror, but what does he see in the mirror? He has to see himself as a very positive person. He has to look at all his, what we can call positive side, his, what he likes about himself, etc. We usually say, you know the difference between an optimist and a pessimist. An optimist, he tries to see the good things around him, where a pessimist, he's looking for the negative things around him. And you could have we could say a wow person. A wow person is somebody who's out there looking for the wow. He's looking for good things, for positive things. He's looking for good ideas, etc. And then you can have what we could call a shit person. And a shit person, he's all the time out there looking for the negative. He's blaming others. He's complaining about things, etc. Now, when you look at yourself, you have 2 choices. We all have certain positive things about ourselves or in our character, result, etc. And we have some negative things. So we have some strength and we have some weaknesses. And we usually say, imagine for a moment, let's say you have beautiful ears, you have a beautiful mouth and eyes, but you have this big nose sitting in the middle of the face. Many people, when they look in the mirror, they focus only on the big nose, the things they don't like about themselves. Now, when you look at it in this way, you now focus too much on the negative. So we have this technique. You take a piece of paper or computer and you write down every good things about yourself, every positive aspect of you and your life. This can be anything positive about your character. This can be anything positive of what you can do. Maybe you can drive a car. Maybe you're not a race driver. It doesn't matter. I can drive a car. So you look at it from this optimistic point of view. Maybe you can make an omelette. Maybe you don't make the best omelette in the world. It doesn't matter. You can make an omelette. So when you look at yourself, you want to focus on all the positive things in you, any result you have had in your life, etc. And after you've written down, ideally up to 100 things you like about yourself, then you start to think, well, I kind of forgotten how wonderful I am. I'm actually a wow person. And after that, then you take your mobile phone and you go to maybe 10 of your best friends and you say to them, listen, I went to this training. You know, the trainer, he's a foreigner, but I have to do this home assignment. And I need to make a small video where you tell me maybe 10 things that you like about me. 10 of my good results, or what I can do, or my character, any positive thing. And you record it. And then you go to the second friend, again 10 things. So what if you have 10 videos with 10 different friends or colleagues who told you minimum 10 good qualities about you? Now that is a confidence booster. And then you take the 100 things you wrote about yourself from the 10 videos you have here. You now take what are the best qualities of you, maybe the top 25, and you make this into like a declaration. This is the true me. This is who I really am. And what you do with this, you read it every day. Every morning when you wake up, you look at who am I really, the real me, and you read these 25 different qualities. And during the day, if you feel your confidence go down, maybe you have many clients who are a bit negative, or they say, no, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to buy from you, and your confidence starts to go down. Then you take up your list and let's say, who am I really? And before you go to sleep at night, read it one more time until you feel that I'm boosting my self-confidence. Why is this so important? Because if you look at it, we can run away from any person in our life. You can run away from your parents, your children, your friends, your jobs. You can run from anything except for one person we can never run away from. That is from ourselves. We have to live with ourselves for the rest of our life. But what if you don't like yourself? Then you're living with a person you don't like. Now, this is very sad. So we need to do anything possible to kind of like yourself, fall in love with yourself. And I don't mean it in some kind of a stupid way that you start to become arrogant, I'm better than others, or I need to look down on others. No, it's just you like yourself. As you go through life, you feel confident and important and so on. And then your sales result will become more confidently better result, etc. So that is the first thing. So in your workbook, now you take it up and write down everything you like about yourself and start to interview somebody else. And after you have done that, then you go now to the second assignment, which I will show you here now. Now, the second one here, this is what do you like about being a salesperson? Now, I have seen so many salespeople who don't really like to be a salesperson. They somehow do it because they have to do it. They need a job. They need to make money. They couldn't find a better job, and so on. I was one of them when I started out and said, I didn't like it. So if you have a profession or a job you don't really like doing, of course, result is going to be much, much harder. So the technique we're going to do is exactly the same. Take your workbook or piece of paper or computer and write out everything you like about being a salesperson. And what are the positive benefits from being a salesperson? Material benefits, non-material benefits. You can earn more money, you have a free schedule maybe, you travel more, you go to exhibitions or trade shows, you meet very interesting people. Every day is kind of an adventure. For example, I prefer to be a salesperson than working in a big plant or factory where everything is the same every day. And plus, as a salesperson, you have the ability or the opportunity to develop yourself, to grow, to study, to learn, etc. So there are so many phenomenal things about being a salesperson. And the more you love being a salesperson, the more passionate you are, the better result you will get. So this is the second assignment. Now, the third assignment, this is your company. Now, if you look at the picture here, maybe your company doesn't look exactly like that, but you want to see your company looking like that. You kind of, when you look at your company or the business you're working in, you want to see it as something, a company that is phenomenal. I just love being here. I love working here. So write down all the positive things it is about working in your company. What do you get from it? What benefits do you have? How does it benefit other people? Any positive thing. And then after you've written down, discuss it with your colleagues and say, what do you think? What do you like, etc. So that you boost your confidence level. Because if you don't like your company, or if you don't like being a salesperson, or if you don't like yourself, the client, he can feel it. So he can look at you, you say, well, this person he's not so competent, he's not so confident, he doesn't like what he is doing. And then it's so much easier for the client to take control of the meeting. Now, the fourth assignment, it's exactly the same mechanism. But now we look at our products or services. What are you selling? Now imagine for a moment, you go to a client and you say to the client, I would like you to buy our clicker here. Now, me personally, of course, I will not buy it because I know it's not the best clicker on the market. So I always will buy from our competitors. Of course, the salesperson will never say that. But what if you're thinking that? Now the client, he can feel there's something in your tone of voice. You're not so relaxed. You're a little putting pressure. You kind of have to persuade yourself that it's a good thing to do. So how do we fall in love with what we are selling? Whatever it is, a physical product or services. Again, take a piece of paper, write down everything you like about your product or service. All the good things. How does it help the client? How does he benefit? What are the good things that can happen for him? What is the good for you, for your colleagues, etc.? And you want to see it as something. I know this futuristic car here is probably not what you're selling, but you want to look at your product as something exciting, something you are passionate about. And then the fifth one, now we are going to look at the client himself. How do you feel about the clients? Do you like your clients or do you not like your clients? Now, have you ever heard the saying, we need to get the clients to fall in love with us because the more the clients, they like us, the easier it is to sell them. But before we can get the client to fall in love with us or to like us, we first have to like them. Because how are you going to get somebody to like you if you don't like them? So step number one, you need to look at your clients and analyze it. What do I like about this client? Now, so you want to look at the client as a wow person. This doesn't matter if it's you're doing B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to consumer. Every business, it's about people who have to make a decision. So you want to look at all of your clients as wow people, the same as you look at yourself as a wow person. And how we do this, write down all the good things about your clients. And if you look at it, who is financing your life? Who is paying for your bills? Where does money come from? All my money, all my life has been paid by my clients. Even though maybe you think it's the company paying you, but where does the company get money from? All the money comes from clients. That means the clients is financing our life. They're paying for everything. I don't know about you, but I like people who gives me money. The more money they give me, the more I like them. So think about this and write down all the positive things about your client. Even the negative client, even the rude clients, at least they're paying your money. So at least there's this positive thing in. At least you have a job, you have something to do. Otherwise you will get too bored, etc. And after you've written down in your workbook or on another piece of paper, discuss it with your colleagues. What do they like about the client until you are passionate about the client? And when the client comes through the door, you're happy to see him. You're genuinely interested in talking to this client. All right, so this is 5 different assignments. I know it's a lot of work. First, write down all the good things about yourself. Then write down all the good things about being a salesperson, all the good things about your company, all the great things about your product or services, and then all the great things about your clients. Now, these 5 assignments, it is to boost your confidence level so you feel more secure in what you're doing. And when you see a client, he can feel it. He can see it in your eyes. You know what you're doing. You're a positive person. You're happy to see him and you want to talk to him, etc. All right, so this is what we call confidence selling, to boost our confidence and self-respect, self-esteem level, etc. All right, so do these assignments and I look forward to see you at the next lesson. Bye. Good success.